Okay, you can start off with the introduction. Till then, I guess I'll get your resume. Hmm.
Hi, I'm Deeksha. I'm currently a third year CSC student in SRM University,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm from Andhra, but uh, also I'm more interested in front end developing, and I'm good with uh, the web designing and
Okay. You shade the resume on the right mail. Goel Sahil 4128 Okay. So, like in what language you prefer in front end?
sorry, I couldn't hear it.
So, what language you prefer in front end? What language you're comfortable with?
HTML and CSS. I'm also a little like intermediate in JavaScript too.
Okay.
Should I send it again, the resume?
Can you send again for some reason? I will see it. Okay. So, can you explain me a little on the projects that you worked on?
So one of the projects that I worked on is online job portal. It
Mhm.
was made by it was a DBMS project that we made it more efficient. We used SQL and Python to build a website which is useful for students to they can upload their resumes and their skills, and the employers can review their profile, and the employers can also post their job in the website.
Okay, okay, okay. And so when someone used to upload the resume, where you were storing it, like what database you were using?
uh,
Hmm.
I think we were I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that. I was working more on the front end and the
Okay,
SQL
okay,
part.
okay, okay. So SQL part is related to
I was
database.
making the data entity tables and
Hmm.
the relation tables and everything through
Okay.
the MySQL.
Okay, okay. So what all tables were used? Can you share your screen and open Notepad or something? That's possible. Can you open Notepad or something and list down all the entities that were made while? making this project?
So we had different tables, and for like an employees table, we had entities like their ID for the website, and then their their education background, and then we had their location, and then we also had their contact information with email addresses, and we also had their preferred locations too.
What this location is?
The second location,
Yeah, the third point that is written after the education.
that was the place that they were residing in, and the preferred location was the place that they wanted to have the job in.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay, and okay, so this is one entity, other entities? Or
We had more tables like
hmm.
we had an companies table, like what how many like what jobs they were looking for, and their locations, and their eligibility criteria.
Okay, okay, okay. And like if someone wants to see which employee belongs to which company, how are you able to see? Because you're not keeping any track of the employee is employed in which company, right? As I'm able to see the fields in the entity. So like how are you able to see whether the employee is placed or not first? Second, if he or she is placed, they are in which company?
I think we actually we had a different table for like the place people, but actually it was for people who didn't like have got placed. We didn't have like a separate thing for it. It was like a small minor project, so we didn't do it that
Yeah,
deeply.
that is fine. It was a small minor project, but the use case of your project is to, if I'm not wrong, is online job portal system, right? So
Yes,
if someone is placed, then how you're keeping a track ki this employee is already placed. Now he is not requiring our platform, right? So you need to either purge the data or you need to update the data or you need to keep a track of the data. We are not keeping that. So the main USP of your project is not getting served, right? Is what my point is.
yes.
Hmm.
We didn't work on that.
Hmm. Okay, okay, no problem. Hmm. And you said ki you were storing resumes also. Where is that resume thing?
It was stored in the backend database of the like uh, sh- which had the details of the employee that had like with with their profile and login details. It was also stored in the.
But here this these two entities are backend, right? Like there is nothing like front end database, right? There is a database. So if you are storing the information, as you said, you were storing resumes and all, where you were storing it and what database you were using and how you used to fetch and how you used to upload the data.
I actually didn't work on that, so I'm not familiar with that.
Okay. So, okay. So what is semantic elements? What are the semantic elements in HTML?
Sorry.
What are the semantic elements in HTML?
Semantic elements in HTML.
Mhm. Hmm. Are you familiar with? Should we move on?
Sorry, not sure.
Okay, we'll move on then. What uh what is the basic difference between HTML, CSS, and JavaScript?
HTML is like the CSS is like the more easier version like than HTML. JavaScript is totally different from these two. That is JavaScript. We can also use it. Like we can also it is easier to connect with the backend and work on it.
No, 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 that is a feature, but what is the difference? Like, if I have to define HTML, first, what is the full form of HTML?
Hypertext markup language.
So, what is HTML used for? What is CSS used for? And what is JavaScript used for? First, you can tell me.
HTML is used to structure a web page. It has like different elements in it, like heading and then nav bars. We use that to make like a basic
Okay.
web page.
Mhm.
And CSS, we can use it in HTML to make it more efficient. If we want to add like more more properties like buttons, or if we want to make it like more things like boxes, or if we want to make it more presentable to others, then we use CSS. We include that in HTML.
Okay. And what is the full form of CSS?
It is it's,
No problem. Okay. And JavaScript? What is JavaScript used for?
JavaScript is also used for the web pages. It is used to connect it with the backend to. It is more efficient than HTML and CSS. It's more easier. It was introduced way later.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Um, okay, so in the resume, I've written, a little bit of Java basics. Am I right?
yeah, I am like very
Mhm.
very basic knowledge about Java because
Okay, okay,
we
okay.
never had it before too. So
What
not
is JVM? What is JVM in Java?
I'm not sure about it. Not familiar with it.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, can you write me a query in a table where you have to fetch the second highest salary of an employee? So let's say there is an employee, we have ID, we have salary, and
Okay.
we have name. ID, salary, name. So you need to give me the name of the employee which is having second highest salary. Hmm. Where are we? No. Okay, write me a query to get the maximum salary, highest salary. You know about aggregator functions in SQL?
About
Aggregator functions. No?
mm,
No, yes.
no, I'm not.
Okay. Okay, okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay, we'll move on. Hmm. Okay, in this project of yours, in which like a virtual mouse, in this you have written something related to DIP. What what is DIP?
It's digital image processing. It was a subject that we had, and we used OpenCV and some of the sources from by learning them from MATLAB courses. We used them and image on processing on RAM. So we used OpenCV to detect the movements of the camera.
How it like works? Like let's say I don't know about anything about
So we
DIP.
have some predefined functions in it. Like if the finger movement is like this, then it's supposed to zoom out, and then if the
Like
thumb
how it
finger and
works, that is fine. That is it's like kind of what it is designed for, but how it is working, how it does that. So like you're getting me, you're telling me the abstracted version of it. I want the internals, like how it is working. Since you have mentioned in the CV, I assume you will think about it.
We,
Hmm. No? Okay, we'll move on. In the key achievements, you have written like AWS Academy Machine Learning. What is that? Like,
it was a course.
what it does.
Mhm.
Mhm.
We learned like how to process models through using data sets in it. Some of the different machine learning models, and we used data sets from Kaggle or from the internet, and we just learned how to train the models through it. It
Okay,
was a
not
course.
AWS have some AWS services for machine learning. There are having some like features, key features, right? There are different services. If I'm not wrong, can you name me those services? Like one is Amazon Lex, I suppose, है ना? There is something Amazon Lex.
No, I'm not familiar with those.
Okay, okay, okay. Uh, do you know about Amazon SageMaker?
Mhm.
SageMaker, okay, okay. But if we get the certification, basically we are familiar with. Like I'm not sure of, but there are two, three services that we work with, right? In order to get the certification. So like Lex and SageMaker is something that I know. So like yeah,
It was just like a course that had videos, and then we will learn through that, and it was like an MCQ test, and then that was it.
just for the sake of certification, but you didn't learn anything, right? From that.
We just learned the theory part.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so do we know like do you know about OOPS?
Yeah, I'm a little familiar with it.
What is the full form of OOPS and what is OOPS for?
It's object oriented programming system, and it's rather than like a structured program, it focuses more on methods and objects it has, classes and objects it has. So
What
that's
are
what
the
we
different
will.
pillars on which OOPS works? There
I'm
are
sorry.
four pillars. There are four pillars on which OOPS is on, right? What are those?
Four pillars. Those are abstraction, inheritance, and then polymorphism, and encapsulation.
Encapsulation. Okay. What is abstraction?
It only shows the necessary details to the without showing the implementation part. It only shows the necessary things to the user.
Okay. Can you explain me with an example? Like, can you like write a simple class for me and show me an example where abstraction is
Like
used?
So here, usually it just show when we go into like an ATM machine or something. Usually we can see the initial amount and saving, but to know the balance, we would have it since it's private. We would have to use the amount and savings to get to that. You
Mhm.
can't just get access to it directly.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. What which language is this written in? What is this language?
This was just.
Okay, so you've written in pseudo, like pseudo code you have written.
So
Okay,
like
okay. No problem, no problem. Okay, fine, fine, fine. Hmm. Okay. So what is the difference between double equal to and triple equal to in JavaScript? No.
I'm not sure about.
Okay, okay. Can you explain? Mm, can you explain the concept of DOM? DOM. 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 It's in HTML, right? Do you know about that?
Mhm.
Hmm? No. Okay, 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 okay. Hmm. What is event delegation in JavaScript?
I'm not sure about.
So what is the difference between var, let, and const?
That and
Var, let, and const. No, yes.
no, no.
Okay, okay. Mm, what are promises in JavaScript?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. So how much do you rate yourself in DSA out of 5?
1 or 2.
Not two. Okay. Is there any topic you're comfortable with?
Arrays.
Array, arrays. Okay. Okay. Mm, arrays. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Here's one problem. I'll just go through it. And I've shared you over the chat. You can open it, and you can just read it and ask me if there's any doubt. And first, we'll discuss the approach. We'll discuss the time complexity, space complexity, and then we'll probably think of coding. Okay, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can read the problem. You can ask if you want to ask me anything. Over to you. Hmm. Are you able to understand the problem first?
Yeah. For example two,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
here it says that it should the floor should not be planted in adjacent plots. And here,
Mm-hmm.
so an example. Okay, okay, got it. Yeah.
What? Okay.
So I just thought that zero meant not empty and one meant empty. But yeah, I got clarified on that about that.
Okay. First, you can just think of like just not thinking about code. You can think of ki how will you able to solve if this a real problem, and then maybe we can think of the code like the most brute force way you can think of.
Yeah. By looking, like by knowing the indexes of the ones, we should make sure that the index which is one above it and one below it, shouldn't be filled with the flowers. Like for example, in the first one,
Mm-hmm.
index 0 and 4 are filled. So here we should make sure that index 1, which is greater, like the one next to 0 index, and index 3, which index 2, which is next to, like, which is ahead, one ahead of index 3 is not filled.
Mm, okay.
If both of them, if you make sure that we don't place the flowers in those indices, then I guess we can solve this.
Okay. Can you in the note like here only? Can you just explain me ki what you're trying to say? Right. Here you can write. So like what you're saying? The next line. Yeah. So like what are the steps you're thinking of?
Finding out the
Mm-hmm.
indices of ones first in the array,
Finding out the
and
index
then
ones. Okay. Mm-hmm.
checking if the mm, position of the ones, like which is j, like j plus 1.
Okay. Hmm. After this,
Yeah,
so like how are you going to give the verdict true or false? These two steps are fine then. Like after this.
and then using a if or else case for this, if or else conditional statement.
But how are you keeping a track key how many plants like are n number of plants sufficed or not? Like that is the question, right? Key will be able to plant n number of plants or not. So these two steps are fine, but how are you going to check key if I'm able to plant these n flowers? Hmm. No.
Mhm.
Okay. One second. Hmm. Okay. 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 That is all from my end. Do you have any questions for me? Hmm?
Mhm.
You have any questions for me?
Actually, I wanted to know
Mm-hmm.
how I can easily like try to think of solutions for DSA problems, because no matter like
Mm-hmm.
if there any way so that I can learn them, because even
There
if
is.
I keep like trying to learn like a solution for a problem, when I go to like another question, I'll just have to look for it once, like look at the solution once to understand how the solution is coming.
See, the thing is, ki DSA is a time-taking process. First, second, all questions are not meant to be solved. Okay, so there are some questions that you need to let go, and there are some questions that you need to learn from, and there are some questions that you need to connect. So DS is all about ki if you find a new problem, you're not able to solve it, you understand the solution, and you try to connect other problems with that problem if that is related to if the current problem is related to something that I've solved in past. So that connection is something that you have to make, and that comes with time. So I don't know, like probably in a day, how many DSA problems you solve? How many problems you solve in a day?
In a day, I just take like 2 hours in a day in it, and I just go through all the problems, like how many I can solve. For average, I guess like 5 to 10, depends like on the difficulty of the problem.
If you're able to solve 5 to 10 problems in a day, this question that I shared with you is nothing. So either you're not doing those 5-10 problems with full focus and not learning anything out of those. Either you're not, like, you're just going through, like, if let's say in your question bank you're having 10 problems, you're just going through those 10 problems. If an interviewer asks one of those 10 problems you're able to solve, if he's not asking out of those 10 problems, not able to solve. So the thing is, you need to bring like variety. Second, you need to do it every day. Third, you need to be very consistent with this, because DS is something that after 4 years of experience, me as working as a software developer, I'm also not able to solve every problem. But if I'm not able to solve that problem, I write it down. Till date, I'm having a list of 186 problems that I haven't able to solve. I'm having those. Whenever I go to interview, I try to reiterate those problems. कि हाँ ठीक है, these problems I was not able to solve. So you need to have that like maybe like solving one or two problems every day, and learning something, extracting something out of those. And apart from that, if we talk about, like, since you are in college, you're a fresher, no one is expecting you to be a very high class software developer. You just need to be very good with your resume, which you are not. You need to be very good with your projects, which you are not. You need to be very good with the front end if you're claiming that I know front end, which you are not. In the key achievements that you have written, I asked a simple thing, and AWS Academy Machine Learning, it's, if you're saying interview that I just went through the videos and got the certificate, it is
Mhm.
no use. So in the resume, at least you should know line by line ki what I'm writing, what I'm not. In the in this, you're writing uh, like with the strong foundation of software development, database management, and web technologies. Database management, I asked you simple question on SQL, you're not able to. So first thing first, you need to know everything, each and every line heart, like by heart, in the resume that you've written. If you're not, then remove it. No need.
Mhm.
It's of no use. Second, DSA, and third, curiosity. Like these three things are required from a fresher if someone is hiring a fresher. So you need to work on these three things. And DS is something that you need to like do every day. With time, you'll get used to it, and you cannot like be master in that. It's not possible. Cool. I think we are done. No, we are done. Yeah. Okay. All the best. Have a good day. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.